Ready? Let's sneak in. Here we are. Here we are with number one. So, after yesterday's live, I had some people asking a very interesting question. And the question, of course, was from the men. So some men came in, they came to my DM, they said, why are you talking about divine masculine and you're not offering us solutions? I said, so what solutions do you want? I said, first of all, I want to understand the qualities that I would be having as a masculine man that can attract women. I was like, wait, there's no point or there's nowhere in my life where I was talking about you balancing your masculine and you attracting women, okay? There's nowhere in my whole life. There's nowhere. So they said, so then why would I want to be balancing my masculine if I'm not going to attract women? I said, no, see, you're not going to attract women because you're in your masculine. Okay? The fact is, the women around you will respond in a more positive, for lack of a better word, manner. Okay, so you'll be more balanced. You won't be having a lot of this shit that women throw at you. For example, so first of all, shout out to everyone in the comments. I should have been here 10 minutes earlier. I am here now. We are never late. Okay, we are never late. We are always on time. Now, so I want to see if I missed anything when I was gone. So no comment, nothing like that before I start. And again, still, we are still going to do a lot of Q&A on this live. So you are still welcome to ask any questions as we continue. But I stick more to the point, which should be there. I like answering everybody's questions, so I cannot even forget the men who asked for an explanation on, because when we were talking, I said that when you're in your divine masculine or when you're masculine trait, women will be turned on by you. So they say, so what do you mean? What do you mean that me being a high performance man or a high performance male figure, women are not truly into whatever I'm saying, which becomes even harder for you to build. So now, remember the other day I was giving an example and I said that there are instances where you know you can fight properly, you know you can fight, you know you're like Musa, you know like you're a boxer, you know you can beat the shit out of someone, like properly beat the shit out of someone, either because either in school you are a bully or you are trained in martial arts. So, sometimes when a man shows restraint, because remember what I said, some things are careless. When you're a man, you have to be a gentleman. There's a reason why you are called a gentleman. Meaning, you are a man in this world. Let's talk about this world in this context. I like dealing with the male, but let's talk about the man and woman of this world. So you are a gentleman, a man, but you are capable of unspeakable violence. But you have the restraint to not use that unless you are very threatened. Very threatened. Okay? So, let me give you a story. There was a time where, and this is the time I had also met, I think I had met Charity. And, no, I had not met her. Or if I had met her, we were still not that tight. So we were in between. So one day, I was drinking. You know that alcohol whereby you drink because you are stressed out. You know that alcohol where you are, you don't have an option. You don't have a, you don't have an example on what you're supposed to be doing. So the only example that I had was to either drink. And this is even why a lot of our young men, you find them wako kwa mogoka ama drinks. It's not because they want to drink, but because that seems to be the only thing that men do. So they are doing what men do. So what do men do? Men drink. In our culture, that is. I'm not talking about other cultures. In our culture, men drink. In our culture, we don't have a dancing culture. For example, when you go to the Ethiopians, or the Somalis, their male culture, they have dances for the men. You have seen them. You have seen the men shaking their necks. You have seen those Ethiopian men. So they have cultures where they dance. We used to have this culture back in the days. But remember what we said. So the modern masculine man has come and taken away these things. They look like they are backwardness because the white man came and took that away from you. But these are the ways that we used to bond as African men. We used to go for dances, okay, Dumo and all those other dances. So since that was taken away, it had to be replaced with something, and that something became what? Became the drinking. Tell me how many men dance today? Na tuongelee hiyo ya the Gen Z. Atuongelee hiyo dance ya the Gen Z ya no, we are talking of properly dancing. Apart from my heart, my waist, you una chuna. And there's even a reason why that man was trending. He was not trending because of the dance. He was trending because that was a man dancing. And when a man is dancing, a man is usually in tune to his feminine side because the feminine side is the dancing part. So it's very sexy when you see a man dancing. That is even why Koffi Olomide has always had like a bunch of women following everywhere he goes. He had like a bunch of 50 women at his disposal. Look at people like Femi Kuti. When a man is embracing his feminine side, where he's more fluid, he's more in tune with his emotions, he's more in tune with movement, being fluid. So he's dancing. And that is attractive. So, of course, I was drinking. And I remember I was drinking, that day I drank, there was a drink ilikuwa inaitwa Pullers. Kulikuwa na drink ilikuwa inaitwa Pullers na Mariro. Ilikuwa imetokea, very potent drink. So nilikuwa nimekunywa Pullers 2. And then nikienda nikapewa kajag ka Mariro. So I was almost blacking out. Then, the route I was passing, for I don't know whatever reason it was, that alcohol made me scream. So kutoka stage ya bus all the way to home, nilikuwa naenda tu nikipiga nduru. Saitani. I was letting out the frustrations and the anger that I had inside me. Goma. You have seen those people who, when they drink, they go cursing every Saitani. So that is when, remember yesterday we were talking about grieving. So that is one way that men grieve. So when you see a man drunk and he's cursing and he understand that man is grieving, it's just that he doesn't know how to let go of the pain. But then it happened that on that particular date, kulikuwa na nyumba 10. So na hiyo nyumba 10, ni ile time watu walikuwa naambiwa, watu wanapigwa sana stage. So tumegawana team. Kuna wenye wataenda hii side, kuna wenye wataenda hii side. Kazi yenu ni muingie tu mahali mukae na mnyamaze. Tungojee wakora. Wenye watakuwa napita hapa usiku tuulize mnatoka wapi. So these men had been frustrated. They had been in the bush for hours. Na mimi nimekuja kitu saa 5 nikipiga nduru. So me, I'm walking home in my drunkenness. I was totally drunk, like purely totally drunk. So what happened is, when they came out of the bushes, because for them they were like, ni nani, achana huyu ni mulevi. They decided no, hata kama ni mulevi, tunafaa kumkataza, tumwambie barabara si ya kupigwa nduru usiku, na tumuulize kwa nini unapiga nduru usiku, kwa sababu actually hiyo nduru inaweza fanya mtu akipigwa na wakora asisaidiwe tukifikiria ni nduru. So they came out of their hiding and surprised me. Akaiza unatoka happy. I was like, nikima na Julia, goma, tigarai nani, okay. So there was an exchange of words. And one of the guy, at this particular time, I was also going to the gym. I had just started getting a little bit buff. So, jilikuwa nimejisikia kidogo, niko na tu biceps, niko na tu triceps, niko na tu trapezius, niko na tu deltoids, niko na, my rhomboids are growing. So I was feeling myself because of the few muscles that I was developing. So mimi nikakunja ngumi, nikimogejera. So I received a proper beating. a proper beating from those two men. They beat me so badly, I was supposed to be hospitalized. But eventually, I managed to escape, and I even identified them. But the first place to go in my head was, go and report to your father. And I remember at that particular moment, my dad had not even retired. My dad just retired the other day from the Kenya Air Force. So in my mind, I was like, si babangu anafanyanga kazi kwa polisi, si ni jeshi, wacha niende nimwambie wasi wamenipiga. But I was expecting him, if I report to him, because I know who they are, tutoke hapo, tuende kwao. We talk with the father na vitu kama hizo. So this was Mr. Karanja's son. Okay? Actually, I was being beaten by Karanja, his son. Now, so the people who maybe they can relate to the story, if there's anyone watching, who knew Mr. Karanja of, he lives somewhere in Dagureti, on that barabara ya Waithaka, just before we get to Kerigo, karibu na Kahawa. Mr. Karanja, he was well known. He used to be, I think, a deputy primary school head or something, but his son used to be in Motuini High School, Karanja. He works for David and Shatriff. And Karanja, if anyone knows you, or if you can still see this live, I'll still beat the shit out of you one day when it doesn't matter what time, I'll still beat the shit out of you. Because si kuenda polisi na haikuisha. Hiyo ni kitu nimekuandikia Karanja. I'll beat the shit out of you. Because that was uncalled for. So what happened is I went home and I found my dad and I was bleeding. Everywhere was bleeding. My shirt, everywhere was bleeding. I had been totally beaten by men. So Karanja had a watch. Not like this one. This is this is all gold. So this is very rare. I rarely wear this watch. So saa yake, the bako, one of the chuma, ilikuwa imenikata. I have a mark up to date. If I was to come close to the camera, unaweza ona hapa nilikuwa nimekatwa na hiyo saa yake ilikuwa imenikata. So I had a deep cut on my nose from the fight. So I went and I reported to my father. Nikamwambia, Dad, najua nimechapwa. He looked at me. Hata hakuamka kwa kiti aniangalia, akaniuliza, uko nevo rithi? And I was shocked because I was like, I'm very sure I know where the police station is. Si ati mimi sijui, najua kwenye police station iko. So me coming here doesn't mean that I don't know where the police station is. But I'm coming here because I'm thinking this is the safest place for me to be. I mean, in my assumptions, I'm assuming you are my father. Assumptions. Najua mama ndiye anajua mama mtoto. And pia, just because someone gave his seed doesn't mean he's your father. Mtu anaweza peana mbegu, but yeye si babako. Even when you look at your blood, you don't even share the blood. So he looked at me and said, uko nevo rithi? I'm bleeding. I said, Mr. Karaja. He said, rithi? And I was like, wait a minute. I came here because I need your help. And this is not the kind of help that you go to the police station. In my reporting, saizi nilikuwa na expect uchukue panga, uchukue jogoma, oake mutenasu maujure. No, ako netuthi menya no si ukuhorete, because I had been properly beaten. I was beaten to the point I became sober. Okay? So of course my father didn't do anything because my father is still a piece of shit. So I left, and I can't exactly remember who gave me like first aid. They had to wash me. Wakamwaga maji. I had been properly beaten because I remember for a whole week, actually not a whole week, for like 2 weeks, I was in sunglasses. I didn't go to hospital. I was taking painkillers. I took so much Panadols and aspirin. I stayed home. I didn't even go to work. Like, that's what I'm saying. If it was in a normal scenario, I would have been hospitalized because those guys actually wanted to kill me. To be really honest, the intention was to kill me because it would have worked. Because wangesema, huu ni mkora moja wenye walikuwa wanapigana usiku. And I remember even that time nilikuwa nimeanza kuhang stage za matatu. I was hanging around matatu stages kwa siku on a job. So it would have worked. It's just that because maybe I was a little bit buffer, or maybe because being an angel on my path, it was not my time to die. But I learned my lesson. So that incident instilled something in me that I didn't know that I had. Okay? Because this is what happened. After that, I properly now went to the gym to train, like properly train in the gym. Okay? And with my training, I realized that the confidence that was coming from my working out in the gym and the respect that I was getting now out of the gym, everywhere that I was going, from the policemen, because that time I had gone into the matatu industry, so hata watu wakishikwa na polisi, mimi sikuwa nashikwa. Polisi walikuwa wanakuja waniambia, na sasa unapiga chuma, si utapiga askari, kwa nataka kupiga askari, that kind of thing. And I didn't even know that I was capable of violence at that particular moment. Now, when you work out, you understand that those people who work out, I'm not talking about the indisciplined bouncers. I'm talking of people who are truly in the art of working out their muscles, or whether it comes to karate, kung fu na vitu kama hizo. They are very disciplined when it comes to violence. Okay? So fast forward, and what was the incident where I realized that I was truly capable of violence, like proper violence? What happened? Because they have like 4 or 5 instances, but I'm trying to pick one that can show the level of violence. No, it was not an accident. It was not an incident on the road. Oh, I remember. So one day, matatu ikakuja, matatu mpya inataka kuchukua ruti. So of course, hakuna mtu angeguza matatu. Jamaa wetu walikuwa wanaitisha pesa kila asubuhi 100, matatu inaenda. So there's a bully who used to work for that gang of people who used to ask matatus money every day. You know whom I'm talking about. So wakanisimamisha asubuhi, wakaniambia tupatie 100. Nikamwambia mimi sina 100. Wacha niende town, nikipana nitawaletea 100. So this guy, he had something he hated me for no reason. So he's like, na ene wota bro mode do kuruta wera. So me, I went to town and I came and I paid my 100. He was aqua stage. So around kitu midday, the people who know about the Dagoretti route, Mudhama, me I'm coming, matatu kusimamishwa, nini nikashukishwa. Akasema wewe ndio tunataka. Nikasema niki, wewe ndio tutaka pesa kini. Nikasema mimi nilitoa asubuhi, tutira makania, ndio tuia muno na pesa wewe, tugia muno na pesa ndio ndio kuruta pesa. So he came into the matatu and pulled me out. Him intentionally now. Now, he hit me once or twice. And this triggered that fight. They had been beaten by those men, and I knew my father can't help me. The police are powerless against the same gang. So I knew if I allow these people to beat me, that's it. Imeisha. So this is what happened. That is the moment that I realized that I was capable of extreme violence without knowing kwenye ilitoka. So what happened is, I had like 2 guys. And it's ironic because one of these guys used to be with Monjiro at the Kenya Red Cross. They are all very poor today. Those 2 guys they are nothing. Their life just ended because of the violence. So I didn't know I was capable of what you call unspeakable violence, because what happened, I shifted. And the amount of violence that unleashed between me and the 3 men, watu walijaa stage, watu walikuwa wanajaribu kuunderstand what is happening, walikuwa wanashindwa ni nani anapigwa sasa. Are these men fighting? Is every man fighting? Like, what is happening? Are these 3 men against 1 man, or is this 1 man against 2 or 3? Because the amount of violence that happened on that day, juu nilisema sitaki kazi tena. In my mind I was like, I don't want to work anymore. If we die, we die. If we be locked up, we be locked up. And I also knew, in my mind, at the back of my mind, I was like, na mimi siendi jela. Okay? So the amount of unspeakable violence that came out was, I don't even have the words, because I don't have the words. Let me just say I don't have the words because I don't even want to go into that part. Okay? And I didn't even know what that was until I think 2019, around 2019 again, when I was almost in the same instant and the same violence came out, and I was like, wait a minute, you mean I can hurt people like this? Like, you mean I'm capable of burning down a house? I'm capable of destroying a car? Like, I can slash a cars to the ground, nichukue kivoi, mullet, destroy, like that amount of violence was inside. And just because I became a shaman, this was in we're in 2024, so this is 2018. Dakunulirole. When was that time tulikuwa na hiyo shenanigans mingi ya culture? It's 2018. So around that time, because of the calmness that comes now with thayo thayo, thayo twendete thayo, turi amwe nenyaga kirenyaga kirogwa taira, thayo thayo, all that. So there's that kind of like monk peace that comes with that, because when you go on a spiritual journey, you think for the first time, you think that you're supposed to be calm, you think that you're supposed to be this good person because unaendanga hapo na zile filters za church. Okay, unafikia pia undoile ni kama kanisa, unafaa kuwa a good boy, you're supposed to be a gentleman and all that shenanigans. Then I realized now, this I came to realize later, that if you're a gentleman, it doesn't mean that you are not capable of violence. It's just knowing that your visible physical strength will be a warning to other people. So how you show your kindness and gentleness to the world and to your woman or to the women, okay, is what attracts. Now, this is for the men who are asking the question, at how nikiwa kwa divine masculine, how do I attract the women? Because you are capable of violence, and you only see this in movies. So they only show you this in movies. So when in movies they show you at a man gets to a point where he has lost everything, that is what they show in the movies. They show you that you have to get there when you lose everything. When you have lost everything, your woman, your family, they have burned down their house. That is when you're supposed to be in your unspeakable violence and revenge for them. No, that is a trait that you have now as a man inside you, and it's dormant. But when you're in divine masculine, you have to balance. When you are balancing your peace, this is showing you that you can protect, but also deeply care, and also be gentle with the females around you. Because what happens is that this makes the woman feel protected and safe. Okay? So I planned for a class, and this class was an alpha. I was calling it alpha. What is the name? You know, I create so many programs, sometimes I make them up. I think it's an alpha reset. And I also have a new one now, alpha reset 2-week challenge, whereby the men will be doing this with will be working out for 2 weeks, bodyweight exercises, no gym. But if you have a gym, it's still the same. You're still doing the bodyweight exercise in the gym. But it comes with coaching. It comes with, we'll be speaking about some things. And it is also coming with an extra part, which is the spiritual side, where maybe after 1 day of training and everything, you have a day for meditation. And you have to report in and say, when you are meditating today, what happened? Vitu kama hizo. So I realized that me being in my alpha side, being buff and in the gym and working out, and most of this is the time when I was also like getting into the ring for boxing and everything, okay? But I was not getting into the ring as a boxer. I was getting into the ring as a trainer holding the mitts. You know, like how you hold the mitts and the people are punching the mitts. So all that discipline by being in the gym and everything, and being given the chance of working with trained boxers in the Kenya Army and the Kenya Police na vitu kama hizo, and their discipline, knowing that This is a professional boxer representing in Kenya in other tournaments. However, at no point has he ever punched a civilian. So I was looking at that and I was like, wait a minute, there's a trait here that I cannot understand. And this is a trait that is attracting all these females to this guy because he's not a looker, but his discipline, the fact that he's capable of violence, but he's also very gentle, is a plus for the females toward this person. You get where I'm going with this? And this is for, I'm still answering the question of the men who are asking me, like, why are women attracted to men who are in their masculine? So this is one of the reasons. It's not because you are gentle or peaceful. No, they know that you are capable of violence. And how do they know? You are fit, you work out, they see you either in the ring, they see you either in the gym. So they know you can protect yourself and protect the women. But our men have become, I don't even know. And it's weird because Africans, you claim that you lost your power, but why don't you at least then start copying your masters, because whatever your masters are doing seems to be working for them. If you call them masters, okay? Look at their life. They work out. They on the weekends you are going to see them with boats going to Naivasha. They are not drinking. It's not that we don't have white people in Nairobi. In Nairobi we have so many white people. I live 10 minutes from Karen. Kwenye mi naishi kunaitwa Karen B. I'm on the outskirts of Karen. So I go to the bars, Cupas and all the bars in Karen. Sometimes I just go and have a beer. And I look at how these white people are drinking. 1 beer, 2 beers, home. Or they'll have beers, but by 11, atachukua kauba, ataenda nyumbani. But our men, it's trauma. Ni saa 7. I want to go home. Unaniambia hapana, we, leta mzinga ingine. I'm like, mi nimetosheka na drinks bana. Unanitishia mzinga ya Jack Daniels saa 7. Na unajua naenda Kikuyu. Na tuko Kamakis. Na tuko wawili. Na tumekunywa mzinga ya Jack Daniels ingine. Huo si mtu ataka kukuua. Shout out to Kimani. Tumekunywa mzinga ya Jack Daniels watu wawili. Na tukaongezea kale kadogo. Now I'm about to go. Unajua niko Kamakis ndio. Thika Road, Ruiru. I have to go all the way to Kikuyu. Ni 1:30. Alafu nanitishia mzinga ingine. Tonyuo gimani we ni kiwitua guo. Tonyuo kakakaka. I know I have to take the rest in the car. Na mwenye aniwekea pombe hata anaanguka. Nikimpeleka kwake, anafungua mlango anaanguka. So I have to struggle niite soja mpeleke. So it's trauma. I understand it's trauma. But as trees again, men, we have to change this. We have to change so many things. There's no heroes. And we are leaving so many families behind. So many young men are dying. I don't have a problem with it. If you want to die, it's okay. Hata ukitaka kukufa uache bibi yako ni sawa. But uache kutuajia bibi yako na watoto, man. At least if you're dead with no children, it's okay. We can pick your woman. We'll continue fucking her on your behalf when you're dead. If she's unvaccinated. But again, now you are dying young. Unaacha bibi. Afu kwa aina mutumia na tuona tutatu. Wait. Sinasigana. Either to, what are the ages? Kaya kanini kena 9 months, Ucio gena miaka 2 na ucio gena miaka 3 kanena. Ona turali watu kwa niebesi ya mathiko ito naenda kuduku hena mwana oge nake na mwiritu uge. So men, unless we get back to the drawing board, hii game imeisha. And the fact remains that our women will still come together. You see, when I make these programs for the men to come and heal and do these things and they don't come, the fact remains that the women have that, wanawake wako na zayo. And shout out to these people who do expeditions with the women, the +1 adventures. When you get on TikTok, unaona tu ni wamama, +1 adventures, beautiful women, thighs, melanin, they're on that bus going on those. Hata kama wanaenda kudansishwa na hawa say, wanawadanzisha, but at least the women are doing something. The women are not just sitting down. Wamama wako na chama. wamama wako na they go out, hata kama wana print t-shirt wote mnawachekelea ati wana join ka group kala kuchi ati ya mama. No, they are being in their masculine because the man is not there. Those women should be on those date. Hiyo basi ya +1 inafaa kuwa imejaa wanaume na wanawake on those trips. But the men, the best thing you can do is gambling, choking the monkey, drinking, or just sitting. And I've got nothing against you. Na nikuongea tunaongea. I don't want you to look at it like you're a victim, but we have to change something. We have to change something. Okay? Either you are going to change your diet, you're going to get into an exercise, something kitu. There has to be a change. Hatuwezi endelea like this. You can't be the only man in this world surrounded by thousands of women. And when you're looking for men to, like, where are the men? Like, this is a good woman. This is a beautiful woman. But you're looking at the men like, where are the men? Like, she deserves a man. There's no man. There's no man. There's no men around. What happened? And we are not talking about the boys. What happened to the men? You come to my DM at how can I attract a woman? The only way you are going to attract a woman is if you heal and work on yourself. There's no other way. Your money can't do shit. That is why you can have all the money, Alfred Mutua, and you still fuck your bitch. Okay? So it's not about the money. It's about you balancing and knowing yourself first. You see, as a man, male figure, you're supposed to be ambitious. You have to be ambitious. You cannot be a man who's not ambitious. I'm not saying that whatever your ambitions are for, you cannot attain them. But you have to be ambitious. You have to have a goal. Because our women have become quality women. Our women have become high quality women. I do social experiments. Sometimes I just go sit down in a restaurant, order something, some bubbly, carbonated water or something, or some tea. I love tea more than coffee. And I just observe. I observe the women, high quality women. They're in their headphones. Wamefungua laptops zao, they are apples, they are working away from home. I look at their bags. This is a woman who's not going to the office, but she put in the effort. I look at her bag. I look at her shoes. I look at how she is. I look at how she's presenting herself. I can tell this is a high quality woman. But high quality women are only drawn to men who are high performers. And how do you get there? First, as a man, you have to stop settling for what you call average. Stop settling for average, or what you call mediocrity. Now, you may be coming from a background where, because we also, in an African setup, we don't help. Men will cry for help until they die. We have so many men who have been crying for help until we bury them. What do you mean? He was speaking. He was, go to his social media pages, you can see he was asking for help. We're in a world where asking for help is seen as weakness. No, asking for help is strength. Donald Trump, the president of America, started with $1 million, free gift from the father. White people, they help their children. White people, that is why in America they have things like GoFundMe. They have all these things where you can actually help someone. You can look at someone like, okay, wait a minute. He's adding value to the society. We understand that he's not doing it right, but we can help him. Look at people like Akina Zakari. They help people. But even in your helping, you have to help someone who has a dream. Si ingine pasta huku, aina kupatia watu maskini pesa. Ati habari, mimi naitwa Pastor Dennis, na nilikuwa tu nakupima. Mimi nasaidianga tu watu shika 1000. Hii ni yangu shika ingine tena. That hiyo haiwezi maliza problem, because you have not solved the problem. You have not gone to the root cause of why that man is like that. Umempea ngiri 5 hapa, amelia, ameacha baiskeli. Hata stai Mungu wangu umekuja stai fanya kazi tena nimeacha. Hiyo problem haijaisha. And that is the problem with the Legion handouts. Au unamwambia ati unaweza taka nikuombe, unamuombea nini umemsaidia? Umempea ngiri 5 pasta, unamuombea nini umempea 5k? Unamuombea nini ingine? So we have to be in a position where the men, we refuse to settle for average. As a man, you should always be testing your limits. Always test your limits. Always be testing your potential. Okay? Do the things that scare you. You wake up one day and you're like, unajua what? Nimequit hiyo kazi. What? Yeah. Nimeacha kazi. I'm a man. I'm willing to. Hii kazi imekuwa ikiniua. Naingianga kwa nyuma saa 7. I work up to Saturdays, even on Sundays. There's nothing to show. I pay bills and we eat and there's nothing. I'm not there for my children. I'm not even there for you. Wacha tuache hii kazi. Niko na 50,000. Wacha tuweke kuku kwanza. Tuone venye ita happen. Because as a man, that shows that you're ambitious and you are testing your limits. It may not work immediately. It may not work immediately, but trust me, there's so much that comes with the freedom of not having someone back down your neck all the time. Okay? So you are doing the things that scare you. And that is the thing that has been taken away from our men. Okay? Go to boxing. Join a boxing ring. Take risk. Take risk of someone knocking your head. It's not the boxing part. That is not the part. It's the mental program that you are developing as a man. That is why when you go to the West, the men take their children to the games. Nyinyi mnaendanga hapa. Shout out to Mwaura Sundiata. Mnaendanga hapa Nyayo. Ingwe kudunduk mnaona balls. But you don't go with your boys. Of course mnaenda na mademo na vanga jazi za Manu na kila kitu. But you don't take your boys there. So our boys are growing up without understanding how to take risks. How many men have done skydiving here? You're not ambitious enough. And if you're not taking that risk, and remember what I said, this is in the physical. But subconsciously, high quality women find that attractive because you are radiating to the life force. That is why a lot of your women, nasemanga demu yangu hawezi cheat on me, demu yako hawezi cheat on you, hawezi, si ndio? Enda Kahawa Barracks, enda Embakasi, enda Karen Defense Staff College, ndio utajua demu yako ni nani. Why? Because they want to fuck a policeman, someone in the army. You know what I'm saying? Someone who's risking his life. Munashindwa mbona mademu wenyu wanashindanga huko, bogi ninge bogi ninge chorea. Why? Because those girls are attracted to that. These men look like they are ambitious. It may not be the ambition that you're looking for, but these are men who are willing to take risks. And that life force is what women are drawn to. So when you're walking around and you're wondering, why are women not attracted to me? But you have nothing. You have nothing to give. There's no thrill that you can give the women. You don't have it. Okay? Even when it comes to things like frame control, you don't have it. Wewe unasikianga tu. Ati nilisikia kunaenda aje, wewe ni wa kusikia, ulikuwa wewe kazi yako, wewe ulibakishiwa kazi ya kusikianga, wewe usikianga tu. Okay? We have a lot of, the reason the reason I'm speaking like this is because ask me about high quality women that we have. We have women who would be attracted to you because of your composure. How you react, how assertive you are in the face of a feminine energy is what is going to attract you to women. Let me give you an example. Jana kulikuwa na some neighbor just here, just behind me. And my daughter was home yesterday because they had an open day in their school for the lower classes, so we went the day before yesterday. So yesterday it was for the upper classes, so the lower classes were not going. Shout out to her. So what happened is, kwa hiyo barrio, watu walikuwa wamekuja. Of course unajua mahali kuna barrio, kuna what you call polisi amepewa kazi. Unajua polisi anatumiangwa vibaya sana. Polisi amepewa hapo bunduki. Anyway pia ameambiwa ndio uta create security. The police akuangi hapo ku create security. Hii inaitangwa administration. Anakuanga hapo under the chief kusikiza what you are saying, wafikishie president. Usifikirie ati president wenyu kuna kitu ajuangi. So of course those who know my daughter know that my daughter will always ride outside the car mpaka tufike kwa lami. So nafunguanga kioo, anatoka nje, anakalia dirisha, anaenda akijibamba. She's free like that. So kufika hapo kwa kona, kapata matatu zimepark. So as I'm driving, my window is down. I had my sunglasses on, so I'm driving very slowly, and then nasikia mtu ameni. So I turned, and there's this policeman. He's looking at me and pointing at me like, "Where is your daughter out of the window?" You know, I looked at him, and I was like, "Just go and deal with your trauma," but I don't have time for the trauma. And my response, how assertive I was. You know, like, there's no second guessing. Like, hakuna kitu anaweza fanya. Hata akakuja, hata nikasimama, akuja niulize ati we can't even have that discussion. His spirit cannot even come close to me. But mi nikiangalia tunajua this is just a demon trying to, you know, flex his muscles and everything. And as I was passing, something caught my ear. Before nitoke home, cause walikuwa wameweka loudspeaker, all the time nilikuwa nasikia ni wamama wanaongea, "Mwathani agocwo, niye jetagwo wang'ania, na sijui fulani, huyu msichana tulikuwa tumesema, na nakumbuka tulikuwa tumeambia Mungu, huyu msichana akiwa shule, amalize shule." So it was woman after woman after woman after woman. I never had a man speak. Kwa hiyo barrio, before I left home, nilikuwa nasikia na loudspeaker wakiongea, cause I was listening to what the women are talking about. And in my mind, I'm like, man, we are such an indoctrinated society, because they have not said of any good thing mwenye amekufa alifanya, or they are always talking about God and everything. And I was like, but their God is a God of death, so, you know, he likes weak people. And then I realized that the reason the men are not speaking kwa hiyo mazishi is because the men are not assertive. The men have taken a back role. Go to any social gathering, ni wamama wanachukuanga, na kila mama amesema God is good and all the time. God is good. Niĩ njĩtagwo Mary Wanjirũ, na mũthuri wakwa aikarĩte harĩa thĩiniĩ, na nĩkĩo ndoka ũmũthĩ ndauga atĩrĩrĩ, na nĩkĩo njugaga niĩ Ngai nĩandeithĩtie. So I'm looking at the men like, men, you are supposed to be the leaders. Where is the assertiveness that you're supposed to be having? Why are you taking a back role in everything? Why are our men collapsing when tested by the women? The moment the woman ameshika mic hivi pale mbele, no pants intended, the women should be holding my mic, my phallus, no pants intended. The moment a woman ameshika microphone hivi, it's like the men collapse, wameisha. And women love testing men. Huyu mama atakiwa pale mbele, she's not just speaking kwa hiyo event, she's testing all the men in the event. That is what women do. Women test you because they want to know if your actions are equal to your words. Tunashina, mimi ni mwanaume, mimi ni mwanaume. They want to test you. Are you man enough? Because remember, you are the protector. So she's bluffing. But over time, most men have lost their frame because they have sacrificed their masculinity to please the women. And women hate it. Women hate when you sacrifice your masculine to please her. And I have a surprise for you. Cha kwanza, I take a sip of my kombucha. You know, Monjiro nowadays, she even makes kombucha. Let me take a sip of my kombucha away from the camera. Staki TikTok ianze kusema sijui I'm promoting what. Taking a sip from my kombucha. Before I move on to the next. You see, men are not intimidated by women. When a man meets a woman who has what you can call a large feminine features, or when a woman has what you call beauty, extremely beautiful women don't intimidate men. Na nionanga hata mama akuwe ni mrembo waje akipita mahali unasikianga mama ama wazee, niaje sister, niaje mdadas, mambos, because they are not intimidated by her. The word being, they are not scared. Okay? So, as a man, this means that you're not used to being surrounded by hot women. And you don't have scarcity. And our women are beautiful. All African women are beautiful. Let me tell you, our women, we have beautiful women. It's just because you have not traveled. We have beautiful women. That is why when the white men come here, they take all your women. or they dump their seed on her and then they leave them. Okay? Now, women have what we call the competition anxiety. And this is something that I love observing. I love observing women in their competitive anxiety. Sometimes when I go like to events, all I do is that I'll go, I do a babu wa mashash, I'll go get my high grade. Then I'll come and enjoy looking at the women competing. They have this what we call competition anxiety. Okay? So the women will be wanting what other women want. You get what I'm going with this? So the women, I'll be observing them and I can see the women, they want what other women want. Okay? So the more you are desired by the other women, the more attractive you look in your woman's eyes or that girlfriend's eyes that you have. Now, so I'm giving you a man's secret. You cannot let yourself go and expect to be having women. You have to take care of yourself. You have to wash your ass. You have to scrub your balls. You have to cut your nails. You have to cut your hair. At least do something. And I have to tell you this for free. One of the ways that our women have managed to destroy a man, or one of the ways that the women have been able to destroy a man, because there was a plan for the women to destroy the men after the Beijing, was that men are going first of all to destroy your self-esteem. But this life is for the men. I have no fight against the women, but I have to mention that women are also demonic by nature. Okay? Even when you go to the Bible and biting the apple na shenanigans kama hizo, that's not what we are here. So, as a man, the moment you start losing it, the moment you start, when your confidence starts falling, that's it. That's it. Umeisha. So, for example, one of my action plans for the people who come and join whenever you have like a challenge, one of them, when we are sitting down, I look at men, even people can tell you, when we used to go and meet for the soul group meetup, I observe the men walking in, not in a judgmental way, but by how a man walks in, akiniambia, naweza kuita kando tuongee, before hata afungue mdomo, I know there will be an issue, na itakuwa issue ya wife or relationship. Na nitajua aje based on how he's dressed. Because once a man's confidence has been taken away or eroded, they first lose their sense of being smart or dressing na vitu kama hizo. That's given. That's called for. So they turn into what is called a bum. Nasikianga, that man is such a bum now. It's not because they want to. It's by default based on the fact that they are losing their confidence on their masculine. Okay? Now, as a man, you should have standards. Okay? Women do not want a man who's blindly attracted to any girl. Just because she has what you call the looks. Because there's so many girls out there who have the look. All it takes is a wig, na makeup, na microblading, na yellow skin, na camera power iko na filters. That's it. As a man, you need to have standards. You need to have what you call dick discipline. Okay? I may flirt a lot. And for that, I have no apology. Hata Munjiru anajua. I flirt a lot. Okay? No apologies. Venusian energy, Venus, Taurus, it's in my nature. However, I have dick discipline. Okay? So, women want a man who's attracted to them. And you have to be communicating that you have standards and that those standards are met. And this is the reason you are attracted in them. Not in the looks. She has to have a quality that you are attracted to. Maybe just how she thinks. That's a standard. Just how she solves problems. Okay? That is what is interesting you in that woman. So, you have standards as a man. So, you're attracted to those standards that are the qualities that you have found in her. And not just the pretty face. But now, when you go to our clubs, umeenda kuiva, nasikia wamefungua another branch sijui wapi, but so kuna tudem tunakujanga tukimbia pombe yako, you know, now it's even embarrassing. You want to order a bottle, you're like, sasa nikiitisha hii pombe bana, ai hapana man, ai wacha niende tu kwa counter ninunue mzinga, nilipe kwa counter, nifungue niweke, nikuje nayo chini ya maji kwa meza. Juu sasa unaitisha pombe, inakuja kidansiwa na tusichana. Hata ujui kametoka wapi, ujui kalikuwa wapi jana, inakuja ikiimbiwa na DJ, inakuja sasa uko pale chini ya maji, I'm out there, yeah. Mjiro unajua nimeenda retreat yangu mahali, sasa niko everywhere on social media, Wamudhaka ameitisha mbome imekuja ikiimbiwa. Yeah, I'm out there with my chick. Sasa my chick is like, oh my god, Wamudhaka, oh my god, shika hii kofia uvae. You know, papa says hide your face with this kofia. So, men who have no standards. So the moment you see these women, because I look at the comments, okay? I also have testosterone. I have balls. I have an Adam Zippo. So there's no difference. In fact, I go harder than you. I get harder than you. I fuck longer than you. You know what I'm saying? No puns intended. So I look at them even harder than you. So I'm looking at the comments and I can see all the men saying, Udimu watatu. So I'm looking at the comments and everyone is commenting, Udimu watatu. Then nikiangalia udimu watatu naona, apart from the microblading and the hips na kila kitu, why are all these men attracted to this woman? Because when you look at the women, you can actually see that one of the women is only doing this because she needs work. You can actually tell that she's not, but kuna kenye kana shake, ndio amepewa kazi ni club na everything, but our men have no standards. Trust me, our men have no standards. We have gone everywhere. Tumeenda kinyumba, usikia tujaenda kinyumba. We know Amboseli, we know Adams, been there, done that. Okay? And you have to get to a point as a man now where you have to get tired of dealing with what you call narcissistic, low quality women. All these women when unaonanga huku nje wakisema ati ni feminist, they are getting dick. But they are getting dick from men who don't know themselves. So if you want to attract what you call a ride or die woman, a ride or die, a woman who's there for you, not even one, even if you want 2 or 3, ride or die women, they are with you to the end. You have to get tired of dealing with narcissistic, low quality women. And I can give you an example. This, what happened to my life. Did we crash? The people who are not sharing or something. What happened? Or we are back. Still there. Shout out to Captain. So, this tendency to go for what you call narcissistic, low quality women. And I can give you an example. Stop listening to Andrew Tate. Stop listening to Andrew Kibe. Okay? Stop listening to Andrew Tate. That is the toxic masculine that they are giving you. You see, when Andrew Tate is a psyop, all these people are psyops created to divert. They know there are some men who want to go the masculine way, so they create an artificial masculine way for you to follow. So Andrew Tate is coming out. I saw a clip yesterday on Twitter. Nakuja nafungua sports car, then he goes down and the ladies come and jump in and he goes. That's not gentlemanly. Open the car for the ladies, let them come in decently, and then get in the car. So that careless masculine, like just because you have some toys, that is not manly in any way. Okay? That is not manly in any way. So, and I remember I was talking about these people, and I even told people, you see this Andrew Kibe shit that you are absorbing, this is going to destroy you. You need to have a balance, male and female. When you see a B, there is no woman B or man B. It's either male and female. And you have to go into your divine, the male, the masculine, and the female, the feminine. All these women, they say toxic women. You saw them with their t-shirts. Stop killing our men. Stop killing our men. They would get home, draw their drawers to the side, pull the G-string down south, and get some dick. But in the streets, they are hitting on the men. Oh, our men are dogs, our men are dog. You saw the flooding. When it was flooding, did you see any women? They were the, oh my God, those young heroes, they are rescuing the women, oh my God. Oh. So men are good one day when they are taking the roles of rescuing. The next day, men are dogs. And I'm looking at you African women. Ask yourselves, where did these t-shirts come from? Femicide, genocide. Where are you coming up with these names? And there's a funding. Immediately there's a funding, again, to separate you. And your men are running away. So now, this is a call for the men. Men, get back on your divine self. Okay? We love you. We understand there's a whole plan to destroy the masculine and everything, which it may be a little bit too late, but there's still hope. Get back on your masculine. These narcissistic, low-quality women, stop getting attached to them. Okay? You want to get advice from me? This is my advice. And I advise men like this. Sometimes men come to me, they're like, I sent this 5K to this woman, akakula fare. You saw the video. You saw the video when I was making the mushrooms house. We were having this conversation with the men. I was asking me, who is the man? They couldn't tell who's the man. And I told the men, I said, so how much money has you spent? This man is like, I've just spent 23,000 on this woman this month. And I said, man, look at your tires. Gari yako haina tire, umeweka ile mguu ya spare, kale ka donut. Why? Because you don't have money for tire. But you have spent 23,000 on a girl who you have not even fucked yet. But she's this. I said, do you know that for 10,000 shillings, on the lowest side, you could have had 4 girlfriends that you were paying for in a whole house, 2,500 shillings, without taking their number? And you're still getting the same thing you'd have gotten from that other one because she's not even interested in you. And we were having this conversation, and there was a man of the collar. You know me, I speak everywhere. I'll go, you'll find me in church with these people. And he looked at me and said, so are you advising that man to pay for pussy? I said, he's still paying for pussy. It's just that he's paying expensively as not getting it. At least here he's going to get it, and he's going to get a variety, and his masculine will not be eroded. Look at him. He feels dejected. He thinks there's something wrong with him. Look at his car. Look at the music system. He's spending everything to please a woman, but it's just that he's going for the narcissistic, low-quality women. Is it his problem? Yes, because he's not even in his masculine to attract a high-quality woman. And the pastor, I said, yeah, you have a point, but the church, I said, this has got nothing to do with the church. Because the most narcissistic, low value quality women are in church. Ask me. I know. Again, like I said, been there, done that. If I decide to be on my demonic, I can be in my demonic lowest self. Trust me. I can be. If I decide to be on my highest natures, I can be. I can be so high on my angelic side, I have a flaming sword in my arm. Sometimes I can be so demonic, you can find me in some places, you'll be like, wait a minute. You mean you come to this place? I'll be like, of course. What do you expect? I have an Adam Zippo. And I have balls. Okay? And this is a man's club. And I'm at this particular moment, I'm not even a male. I'm a man. I am fallen. Okay? So, we have to change some of these things. And the thing is that we don't even have these things as subject in school, or no one is going to talk about these things like they're supposed to be spoken for. And the reason being, first of all, we took away that it's traditional. We look at it like it's traditional. But that traditional advice that the men were getting was very good for the men because it had to be balanced. You get it? So let me see if there's a question. Now you can now bring in your questions because we have like 15 more minutes before we go. Someone is like, chivalry will always win. Of course. Or it has not hung. I saw the comment. No, not. Oh, you're still there. I don't know. It had hung on my side. My side went dark. That is why I was asking what's happening to the live. Let me see. Shout out to all the new. I see a lot of new people here. Where's my tribe? Where's my tribe? Creates the energy, always find different way to exist. Very few men get into physical. I always wonder how they deal with all their energy. Men don't have. The men have been choking the monkey. So all their energy goes to choking the monkey. And then there's also these other, maybe you can talk about that another time. You see, we have so much fake teachings out there that now we have this fake spiritual teaching where they are telling the men that when you maintain your seed, it's going to help you. You're not going to be awakened more by retaining your seed. Your seed has got no power. You see, there's a man who say, you have to retain the seed, semen retention. Semen retention is calcification. Everything is meant to flow. That is why sometimes you are going to have wet dreams. That is why sometimes women are going to wake up and they are wet. When you hold something for too long, it becomes calcified. So women, semen retention is not the answer. You can still have sex and still be in your masculine. It has got nothing to do with that. Because you're telling the men to hold their semen so that they can be divine, but there are still men who are married and they are spilling their seed every day and they are more divine than those men. So let's stop this Pan-Africanist kind of regurgitation of knowledge that has been not working for 2,000 years. Okay? Shout out to Kari, I said demon time is necessary. Yeah, demon time is very necessary. Sometimes you need to be in your Lucifer energy, your demonic energy. Shout out to Melech, the peacock god. Okay, the peacock angel who works with Lucifer also. So if there's no question, then we can end the live. I said we have a few more minutes for questions, and then we can end the live. Because if you don't have questions now, I'm just gonna jump into more teachings, and I don't feel like teaching more. I think that's enough now, for now though. Okay. And I also do understand that a lot of our women are going to find it very hard to be with you as a divine masculine or a man who is in your masculine side. Because a lot of our women have also been conditioned to prefer men who are not truthful. Okay? Because men who are not truthful create what you call a more comfortable or less demanding relationship, aka don't ask, don't tell. So this mindset needs to change so that we can have what you call more genuine and fulfilling relationship that we can develop together. So a lot of our women are conditioned to lies. They prefer men who lies than the truth. So in the end, both the man and the woman, we need to rethink our expectations and commitments in what you call our relationships. We are in the new age of Aquarius. This is a new age. And I told you, no one should define your relationships now. Every generation, now in Pluto Sagittarius, the Gen Z. Before that, we had the Pluto Scorpio. Then we had the Pluto Libra. This would be the millennials. Then we had the Pluto Virgo. Those are the days of your grandfathers. So every generation is given a template based on what you call Uranus, Pluto, and Uranus, Pluto. What is the other planet? The other external planets. Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune, the dreams and imaginations. So your programs are designed under those three things. So we had the bold and the beautiful. That was for your mother. The Radio of the Rose, Knots Landing, the comedies around that time. Okay? Then we had, so someone is calling me. Let me tell them I'm on live. Just a second, because this is business. I have to tell them that I'm on live. They have to wait until I'm done on live. This is money now. We are talking money. And I have to go. This is, actually, I know she's calling me because I have to go. So my day just got interesting. It's going to be a beautiful day. Let me finish this live. Let me finish this live. on TikTok. Live. What? Live. Sorry about that, but I had to respond to that because it's business, you know. It's business. It's a beautiful woman. She wants to do business with me, you know. She got hips. She got bigger hips than my spouse, but you know. So what is happening is that we have to start embracing honesty. And honesty does not, I'm not talking about speaking the truth. There's a difference between honesty and the truth. Okay? There's nothing like truth. There's nothing like truth. Even in a lie, you can find some truth. I'm talking about honesty that aligns with your true values. So you have to go with your true values, not what the society has conditioned you to believe. Like I was saying, every generation is based on those Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. So the programs they make, okay? The movies you see, the cartoons for the children, they mold you a certain way. And now being in the age of Aquarius, we have to create our new ways of relating, new relationships. For example, before I wind this life down, my father cannot advise me on women. Why? They are separated with my mom. My mom can never tell me anything negative about my spouse. I don't even want to, I am not even going to listen. Why? She's already separated with my dad. So by default, they are not the best examples to tell me on how to do the relationship. So I'm going to do my relationship the best way I know how. Because if I'm looking at them as examples, they have failed. Same with my mother-in-law, separated with the father-in-law. So they can't advise us on our relationship. Same with my aunties, they can't. Same with the pastor, they can't. Same with your president with his many wives, they can't. So I have to define new ways of relationships. And this is where we are. You have to be in a position where you are known for something new. This is why things like TikTok are so big. And this is why they are trying to shut them down, because people are coming up with new talents, new gifts. When you go to the comments, everybody's like, I've learned so much on TikTok. I've learned so much on TikTok than I learned my whole years in school. Yes. Because there's a program that people have been told to fit in a box. You come to me for relationship advice. There are people who have come to me for relationship advice and I've told them, you know what? You cannot continue like this. I'm not telling you to leave, but here are the facts. And here are examples. You make the choice. People come to me, they're like, you know, I'm going through this. I'm like, you know what? You need to get some dick. You need to go get some random guy and get some dick and then come back to your own home. And they look at me like, how can you advise? You know the Bible? I'm like, shove that book away. You have been with that book for 30 years. It has not helped you because you don't even know how to read that book. So we're in a new age of Aquarius. And when people will be looking back at the time, the same way you look back at the time and talk of great names, your name should be there. In the age of Aquarius, these are the people who are there. These were the things that were shining. That is why they are talking about the Vision 2030. So where will you be when the new world starts in 2031? Will you be known for something? Will you have a book written under you? Will you have a statue erected of you? Will you have an intellectual property right? Something. What will you have? Or will you be just another statistic building for these people? Ni sawa? So, how can one reach you? Hakuna mtu amepin namba yangu. My moderator is not inside. How are we supposed to practice the tree of life in regards to relationships? That's just basically the masculine and the feminine. And you can ask this question again, Career, because now I have to go. You saw a call coming in. We have mushrooms training today, so that's why I'm being called. We have some people coming for a mushroom training in some farm, and I'm one of the speakers. Out of nowhere, they're like, you speak about spirituality, you're now into mushroom farmers, you're one of the speakers tomorrow. And I was like, wait, they're like, no. So I have to go there. Thank you for today. Shout out to you. Not all situations require. Okay. Shout out to the church women. We love church women. They are the best. You know, they just come, you do them, and they go back to church. They are the easiest to, you know, they are not high quality women, so they are the best to sleep around with, if that is what you are looking for. Sasa, my number is 0720 803 702. Okay, 0720 803 702. That's my number. Yeah, they already know my number. I'm even surprised it was not pinned there. That's my number. You can WhatsApp me though. But right now we have to go. Cheers. Do have a beautiful day. It's Friday. So Friday is all about love and appreciation. It's a day ruled by Venus. So enjoy your day. I have my crystals, lapis lazuli. This is an Indian stone actually. I combine my stones more than one based on my chart and everything. So black onyx, tiger's eye, and everything. I'll touch on the stones. The next live tomorrow morning in the morning between 8 and 9. I also have another live today between 2 and 4. Actually 2 p.m. to 30. So I'll do a whole live on crystals if you want. We can do a whole live on crystals. Maybe I can even put it on YouTube. A whole live on crystals. I can even go deeper on. You have also to know, like, when your crystals reject you, sometimes they'll absorb so many things they reject you. I've not been wearing my crystals for a few months after wearing them for over 2 years non-stop. So I put them on the side. Now they are back. Okay, so we'll do another whole video about that. So do have a beautiful day. Each one teach one. You are beautiful people. No one should tell you that you are ugly. They try to paint you as ugly. That is why they make our women go and get Botox shots in their lips, in their butts, getting boobs. No, we love you the way we are. I am for all boobs. All boobs are boobs. All boobies are boobies. We like them big, big. I can hold one with 2 hands. Boo, 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 boo. We like them small. I can take the whole of the titty in my mouth. All boobs are beautiful. People are beautiful in their own way. If you have the inches for the big asses, it's okay. If you don't have the inches, you can get into yoga so that you know how to bend her. We are for the petite. We are for the onion booty. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. So don't allow this world to make you feel ugly in any way, shape, or form. We love women who have no hair. Sometimes we like them with no hair. Shout out to Zawadi. She's a porn actress. No hair. Sometimes you need to just, hold the hair with. Sometimes you like pulling the hair. So all women are beautiful. We have a beautiful Friday. Ciao, ciao.